Kia is all set to raise the game notch higher in the Indian market with its upcoming subcompact SUV Sonet. And we've already shown you what the car looks like from the outside and inside in the previous video, and today we finally get to sit behind the wheel of the car to experience what the Kia's most affordable car in the Indian market has to offer. So first things first, the Kia Sonet is going to be available in dual trim concept. There will be a GT line trim and there will be a Tech line trim. This one right here is the highest spec GT line trim. While basic design of both the cars remain the same, but there will be several styling treatments which will differentiate both the cars. For example, the GT line trim that you see here, it boasts several red elements which delineates that it is the more aggressive of both the trims. The GT line, it features a dedicated GT emblem along with red accents and all black interiors and whatnot. On the other hand, the Tech line trim features more silver accents along with a more easy to the eye styling treatment. Kia has given the Sonet a very bold styling package, and it certainly is a head turner on the roads. Its front signature Tiger nose grille is flanked by distinctive crown jewel LED headlamps and heartbeat LED DRLs, which make it look quite unique. Over the side, the sub-4-meter SUV packs a clean look, and bits like roof rails, sharp-looking alloy wheels and bulbous wheel arches add to its masculine appearance. Now what really stands out as far as its segment is concerned is its connected tail light unit with LED tail lamp and dual muffler design on the rear bumper. Enough of the exteriors, now let's find out what's going on inside the Sonet. Now, as soon as you get inside the Sonet, you realize that Kia has left no stones unturned to make sure that the buyer gets everything it is looking for in this segment. And now what really pulls my attention is the massive 10.25-inch infotainment system screen which sits on the top of the dashboard, and it looks like this screen is placed in the same panel as the driver's screen. And now coming onto the driver's screen, it gets a 4.2-inch fully digital display which also gets advanced driver assist system which is embedded on the inside. You can say the dashboard has old school vibes since it feels narrow and tall, and you'll find plenty of vertical elements including the air con vents. Overall quality levels are appreciable too, right up there with benchmarks including the Hyundai Venue. Specific to the GT line on the inside is the all-black treatment, red stitching and also the decade steering wheel. Kia has also upped the ante with the addition of features including over-the-air updates and UVO connectivity, using which you can control certain features of the vehicle like lock-unlock, engine start and stop and much more using a dedicated smartphone application.
While the UVO connectivity sure looks appealing to have, but it isn't exactly precise in functionality, as the commands sometimes take longer than expected to be executed and on other times they simply fail. But that also depends upon your network connectivity and of course the location.
Sonet also gets AI voice recognition system which is fairly handy to use.
How can I help you?
Close driver window. It responds to your Hello Kia input, and there is also a dedicated button on the multifunction steering wheel for the same. Now what's worth mentioning is that Kia claims that it gets 33 segment leading features, and while I cannot point out each and every one of them, but the fact that it gets Bose sound system, front ventilated seats, wireless charging truly makes it one of a kind car in this segment. Now enough of the paraphernalia, let's just sit behind the wheel of the Sonet and explore what it truly has to offer. So the Kia Sonet is all about extensive options list. It gets a number of engines, transmissions, features and everything. It is anything but basic. It gets around 4 engine options and a number of transmission options. And the one that I'm riding right now is a 1-liter turbo engine with the 6-speed IMT transmission. Now let's figure out how the IMT technology works in the Kia Sonet. Well, for the uninitiated, this is basically the same transmission which goes inside the Hyundai Venue. this is basically my manual transmission without a clutch. So how it works is that you have to press the brake pedal, then shift to the gear without any clutch. There is no clutch action involved, and then let go of the brake and the car will start rolling. As you can see, I'm not pressing the gas and the car is rolling on its own. Now how to shift the transmission? As you can see, there is no clutch pedal involved, and you just have to let go of the gas and shift to the second gear and then put on the gas again. So one of the questions which arise here is that imagine you're doing good speeds on the highway and suddenly you have to slam the brakes. Will the car be turned off at that point of time? Let's find out. So currently I am in the second gear, shifting to third, slamming the brakes. So there is an alert on the screen which says please shift down. Now I'm in the second gear and the car is on and the engine is not turning off, and that's good. Shifting to neutral, getting the first gear again and rolling. Now you might ask that can the Kia Sonet IMT be turned on while it's in a gear? Let's see. Now bringing the car to halt, putting it in a neutral, turning off the engine, putting it again in the first gear and trying to start off the engine again. No, it's not turning on. Putting it in the second gear. So there is an alert which says that shift to neutral to start the engine. So that means you cannot turn on the IMT transmission car while it's in a gear. You always have to shift to the neutral to start a car. Now we're in the neutral, starting the car again, and here we go. So the 1-liter turbo petrol engine feels extremely refined and sporty right from the word go. And there is a certain power surge that's recorded at around 2 to 3000 RPM, and it extends till the outer limit of the rev band. The power is fed linearly throughout the rev range, and there is enough torque if you want to make quick transitions on the triple digit highway speeds, and there's enough power to do all that, and it's fun. It is indeed a smoother unit which doesn't whine even if you're pushing it hard, and even within the city limits it is fairly quiet and convenient.
We also got a chance to drive the 1.5-liter diesel with 6-speed Smart 80 gearbox. The powertrain is known to deliver 115 PS and 250 Nm. The higher torque on the diesel was visible from as low as 2000 RPM, and the engine had a very strong mid-range punch as you would expect from a unit of this size. It felt punchy and very responsive, which can also be credited to its 6-speed Smart 80 gearbox, which shifts gears quickly, and there is no significant lag when moving up or down the gear. Perhaps the best engine transmission combo on the entire Sonet lineup.
So the suspension setup feels balanced. It's neither too stiff and neither too soft. It's right in the middle, and it promises to keep the driver engaged even on the tightest corners. But at the same time, it flattens out all the undulations which is seen on the daily city roads. And that is quite a good balance, isn't it?
While the front row in the Sonet is definitely a good place to be in, but it's time to hop onto the rear seats to find out if it has the space and comfort needed from a car of its size.
So the Sonet is impressive in the second row department as well. There is decent space for the rear seat occupants. In terms of knee room, there is only okay space, but the headroom is ample. Now talking about the features, you can monitor the air purifier system from here. There is rear seat ventilation, and there is also a space below this segment where you can keep your smartphones in, and there is also a small USB charging socket for your smartphone chargings. So in terms of overall ride and comfort for the second row passenger in the Kia Sonet, this car is a good place to be in as it manages to flatten out all the undulations on the regular city roads, but the major ones will be felt inside the cabin. Looks like Kia has another potential winner in its hands in the form of Sonet after the Seltos. And why do I say so? It's easy because this car is each and everything that's needed to set the segment on fire. So it'll be very interesting to see how this car fares against its arch rival, the Hyundai Venue, which is a similar package in terms of overall technical specifications, but has been priced very aggressively. So a lot will depend upon the final pricing of the Kia Sonet. That's all in the show today. It's goodbye for now, and as always, drive safe.